Masquerades is a 1995 novel by Jeff Grubb and Kate Novak. It is book 10 of the Harper series, but you really don't need to read the 9 other Harper's books before this. You just need to read the Finder Stone trilogy. So it's really pretty much book 4 in a series. It is set 10 years after Song of the Sarials and follows Olive Ruskettle, Dragonbait, and Alias, now residing in Westgate. It's 1368 DR. This is a Forgotten Realms series. Of course, I'm actually a big fan of the Finder Stone trilogy. I have not recorded it on this channel, though I did review it on my blog before I started this channel. But the first book would be Azure Bonds, actually, so I'd start there. These are some of my favorite Forgotten Realms characters, and it was so nice being back with them. There's an awesome artificial swordswoman, and her dragon-like companion that speaks in scents, and then high-pitched clicks the human ear cannot hear. He is also a paladin, and she has the azure tattoos of her once magical bonds to make her an assassin, but she is now her own woman, though copies of her are out there. And her remembered childhood didn't actually happen. She didn't have a childhood. She's kind of like a fantasy Kusanagi, if you would. The novel focuses on dealing with the Night Mask gang, which also features in the Cleric Quintet and Erebus Kale short story that I'm forgetting the name of. This guild is headed by a being called the Faceless, and the Night Masters serve under him. But the story starts with Alias looking at 2 youngsters falling in love in a crowded street. They are looking for the sage, Mintassin, to give him a staff sent with them by Grift, the Lostvale Sarial mage, in exchange for a scrying device. The action begins after only a couple pages, and it gets, intense swiftly. We learn more about the making of Alias by Finder Wyvenspur. We get quite some surprises and action. I would recommend reading Finder Stone first again, with Azure Bonds being the first book. There is a big focus in cutting down the Night Mask to size, as they have free reign over the city, but not everyone likes this, including the leader of the city. Jamal is another character, a street performer, and the Faceless leader of the Night Mask is another, and then also the Cromark of Westgate. And the young charismatic noble Victor Dostar. And they're all great characters and add to a good cast, kind of a version of a party, but also making good antagonists in a few ways, actually. Alias faces different challenges. This is less adventure, I feel like, in this novel, and more of a job in the city. It feels more real than a game's fiction, and I like that. Alias is still fierce and wildly capable, but must face corruption, with politics, of course, right? Along with gangsters and magic. Within this journey, Smoke Powder makes an appearance as a competitor to magic, like gunpowder, pretty much. I'm pretty sure in places like Cormyr this is banned, since it can make magic somewhat obsolete, and give those with ill intentions great strength with ease. Kind of like a crossbow, I guess. But for those wondering why guns are not really a thing in the realms, this novel touches on that subject. And there is a very nice mystery element as far as leadership of the Night Mask, too. I was having fun trying to figure out the identities, and there's also a joke about common people voting for the leaders and the plight of poverty. I appreciate the nobility of the young noble Victor, as well as his thirst for finding lost treasure, too. At least the look of it, and he wants to use it to help the city. Overall, there's a fun plot, a fun setting, and a fun cast. I'm happy with it, and even enjoyed the romance that was kind of thrown in. And it works well on its own, and as a sequel with some familiar signs to the earlier adventures of Alias and Dragonbait. So I guess you could really start here with the Forgotten Realms or with these characters. I just wouldn't recommend it as all. Anyways, Liam from Liam's, I say, I'll catch you next time.